Let's talk about the latest internet sensation, Lily Phillips. A lot of people talking about this person, probably because of what she did recently and the lengths that people have to go to get clout on the internet is getting wilder and wilder. But this one is kind of funny. And not in the story itself, but in the defense that a lot of the media is running to try to keep her as someone that should be looked at as empowering. Because that's what OnlyFans and this new wave feminism is making something like this empowering. It's a good thing to hook up with 101 dudes in a day. So there's a clip that everybody's been playing where there's a whole documentary about this. It's like an hour and something long. I've watched most of it. Might react to it tomorrow for Flashcast. So tune into that, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We might react to this documentary. But in it, after she had hooked up with the 101 men, she cried and said, "Oh, it's not for everybody. I just feel so robotic." And everyone starts to feel bad for her. And then they cut out the part where after she did that, she says, "Yeah, I think I'm going to go for 1,000. I'm going to hook up with 1,000 dudes." So she's going to do that next year at some point. On the 15th, she's going to begin training for the 1,000 guys by hooking up with 300 of them. So that's happening in 2 days. I have no doubt she'll find 300 or 1,000 guys either. And all of those men should be shamed, by the way. Literally one of them. Imagine being there. Like, we're all waiting for this one person. What a pathetic queue to be in. Everybody in this situation should be mocked and ridiculed, in my opinion. I think this is disgusting behavior. Pure degenerates all around on this one. But this feeling bad for her thing, do you know she probably did, in fact, make a ton of money, more money than a lot of people make for the year from that one act. Lily Phillips estimated to have made enormous sum by hooking up with 100 dudes that left her in tears. After the tears, like I said, she talked about breaking the world record. I can't believe we have world records for that. What a disgusting record to break, too. This whole situation is gross. Did you know her mom is her manager? You have failed as a mother. By the way, lady, you're a failure. Your daughter's a failure, too. But what's funny, oh, yeah, by the way, one of the dudes that was in the line brought her a rose. I don't know if you've ever seen that meme of the line of dudes waiting to hook up with a woman. But one of them, like, they're all the guys are buck naked except for one. He's in a suit and has a rose behind his back and some chocolates. He's like number 30 in line. This guy literally made that meme come to life. Like, could you imagine? Like, you should see the room. It's in the documentary. They blur it out. It's censored. But you can tell what it looks like. It's condom wrappers and dirty things all over the place. And there's one rose wrapped up laying on the bed. Man, you got issues. You got issues, brother. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Shame on you. Especially if you were there. You exploited her. Even though she advertised on her OnlyFans and put things out for people to come and do this. But Julie Bendel from The Spectator says, shame on the men exploiting Lily Phillips. This is a real article. Over on Twitter, she said that anyone involved in the torture of this woman should be locked up. Yes, the men that were there should be put in jail. Oh, she also wrote this article, Why I Hate Men, from Julia Bendel. But we'll get into those comments. These are some of the reactions that are going around now. But basically, like a lot of the coverage on this is feel bad for her. We need to prop her up. This is a champion among women. What a brave soul. It's the men's fault. In fact, Julie here, she compares it to struggle snuggling. She says they actually took advantage of her. When women like Lily talk about being driven by a desire, this is all part of the fantasy constructed for men. And I guess she talked about how she felt bad because they didn't finish some of them. And of course, that's like, oh, this is the patriarchy actually pushing her to feel some sort of obligation to these men. Lily Phillips, who had with 101 men in a single day in October, has hit the headlines. But the focus should instead be on the men that exploit her and the men that queued up to be with her. Having appeared in a YouTube film, I slept with 100 men in one day. This young, vulnerable woman is now planning her next endeavor to hook up with 1,000 men in 24 hours, or 1 minute 44 seconds per encounter, non-stop for a day. Doubtless, this publicity stunt will increase her already substantial annual earnings, but Phillips will pay a heavy price. She's going to have money. Money ain't everything, Julie. Money ain't everything. Dignity is worth a lot more than money in some cases, and I would say it is here too. Like, this is going to follow her forever, and if she ever has kids, like, pray for those kids. That sucks for them. She should probably just not have any, to be honest, because those kids are going to get bullied big time. And this is a problem for a lot of these OnlyFans women. Like, their kids will be bullied for this. It's just what kids do. You're hurting them and yourself, really. I mean, we could really get into it, but it's not good. Nothing with this OnlyFans culture is a good thing. It's ruined a lot of women. Like this feminism in general, which has led to a lot of this shit, has ruined a generation of women. I have interviewed women who have been required to do these things with 8, 10, 12 gentlemen every day because they were under the control of a pimp in a brothel. And I heard the details of terrible effects on their mental and physical health. Well, her pimp is her mother. But you don't mention that anywhere in here. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. She then goes on to shame the men, which I agree with. They should be shamed. But she compares it to forced, like they forced her to do this, comparing it to a situation that I don't know a lot about, but a lot of men queued up to take advantage of this woman right here, whose name I don't even want to try to read because I'll just brutalize it. This is not the same thing at all. Everything here was consensual. And she's the one that wanted it. She's going to do it again in 2 days. And then next year, she's going to go for the record. No surprises if this is what Julie looks like, by the way, up here in this picture. She really gets roasted in the comments over here, big time. I mean, they really go after her. You wrote this too soon. She's already announced plans to torture herself with 1,000 more. So it's no longer her body, her choice. That's actually a good comment. F off. Women never take accountability. Victim and empowered. I mean, they just rip her up. And, rightfully so. She is the one that made the call for all of them. How are they the ones that should be put in jail? I guess the profile kind of sums it up. Feminist journalist, author, co-director, and founder of @Project Lesbian. Oh, man. If anything, this just sums up where our society is right now. the downfall of Western civilization. That's what a lot of this shit is, man. A lot of you need Jesus. Bible sales are up, by the way. They're up like 20%. So I think there's a culture shift coming. Who knows? All I know is this should not be celebrated as a good thing. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.